Welcome back to the Monday Night Wars Nitro with your host, the King of Smart Style, aka the notorious MIKE, aka the sensual Swami of the Squared Circle, aka the face the women love and the men envy, the near-fall narcissist himself, the King of Nerds. Welcome back, guys. If you're taking note, this is my third show this week where I've been wearing these clothes. Cut me some fucking slack, guys. It's been a slow week. So welcome back, where we talk the Nitro side of the Monday Night Wars. Yesterday we talked Raw. Today we talk Nitro, like I just said. Duh. Parents, don't let your kids watch this. Kids, sneak and watch this. You're gonna love it, I swear. That's all it takes to make kids laugh. And it's wrestling. That probably happened before you were born, if you're a kid. So let's crack into it. Both shows this week got a 2.6 rating. Raw, if you watched yesterday, was kind of a boring show. I don't think it personally deserved 2.6. I'm not sure if this deserved 2.6 either. We got our usual announce team. Bischoff, The Brain, Mongo. Mongo's got his dog Pepe. Pepe this week, they're in Chicago. Also, they're all wearing Bears jerseys. The announce team. It's like the 10th anniversary of the last time the Bears were good. So, Pepe, if you've been keeping up with these Monday Night Wars Nitro, which no one is, then you'd know that Pepe, Mongo's little pet chihuahua that he holds, cradles in his arm, wears costumes. This week, Pepe's wearing a Bears sweater and a fucking football helmet. Like a kicker's helmet, you know, just the one bar, and it's like up over it. Anyway, so, dog's dressed like a fucking football player this week. Sting shows up at the announce table, and he's like, look, I'm back. Sting, I believe, was in Japan, doing some cross-promotion shit. He's also the United States champion, by the way. He's like, look, I'm back, and I'm gonna solve this Luger Macho Man problem that we've got going on. I'm gonna solve it tonight, because I'm the Stinger. Woo. So, Sting's off. We got our opening match, which is Sting defending the U.S. title against the Shark. So, you know, real obvious what's going to happen here. The Shark, by the way, they say it weighs over 500 pounds. Bullshit. Yokozuna, I just watched on fucking Raw yesterday, and that dude weighs over 500 pounds. Shark, no. Like, maybe like 350. Maybe. 500 pounds? Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, but he is from, this is a fucking gem here, people. He is hailing from Tsunami. Hailing from Tsunami. What the fuck? Not a tsunami. Or the tsunami. Capital T, hailing from Tsunami. What? What kind of dumb shit hailing from Tsunami? What the fuck? Like, it's a proper noun, and there's some place just out fucking in the middle of the ocean that's got people named after aquatic creatures, and it's named Tsunami. Like, there's just this fucking city somewhere named Tsunami. Like, get the fuck out of here. Just say from the tsunami, or a tsunami. Or how about don't even say anything? Don't even say anything. Atlantis would have been a fucking better option than saying hailing from Tsunami. Man, shut the fuck up. Hailing from Tsunami. This shit's absurd. So, Sting wins like a 4-minute fucking match with a top rope crossbody. Squashed the fuck out of this guy. Just, man, just beat his ass. So then, after that, we get a replay of last week with fucking when Hogan got jumped and his neck snapped again. By the way, this is the second replay of the night. The first replay happened at the very beginning of the show, before any of this that I'm even talking about. But like a lot of times when they do replays, I don't even fucking tell you guys about them. Because it's not important. It doesn't matter, a replay. But anyway, I thought it was important to note that we're now like roughly 8 minutes into the fucking show. We're on our second, count it, replay of fucking Hogan. So after that, we've got Sabu versus Mr. JL, who is Jerry Lynn in a mask. So I'm pretty excited for this match. I'm like, holy shit, Sabu versus Mr. JL. This is basically an ECW title match. Pretty much. Basically. It's just in WCW, and there's no fucking title up for grabs. But basically, you know, an ECW title match. This was not great. Sabu kind of squashed him in it's like a shortish, like super short, but it was shortish match. The announcers basically just talk about fucking Hogan the whole time. What's Hogan gonna do when he gets here tonight? Hogan's here. Well, what's he gonna say? Yada yada yada. Hogan. This is a theme that goes on throughout the night. It doesn't matter what match is happening. They're not talking about it. They're talking about fucking Hogan. So finally, we've got Mean Gene. He's in the ring with Luger and Sting. Sting's like, look, baby, we gotta call down the Macho Man. We need one more man down here to settle this problem. Let's get Macho Man. Macho Man comes out and like a fucking animal print, but I'm not even sure what the animal was. So he's wearing this animal print outfit with it's black spandex and animal print all around it, and this jacket with tassels, out here looking like fucking Craven the Hunter on a night out on the fucking town. Cowboy hat, man, just looking decked the fuck out head to toe in whatever this animal's skin was. Looking like a boss. Looking like the coolest motherfucker that's ever walked out on an entrance ramp ever in wrestling. Circa 1995. This was the height of 1995 wrestling cool. And I posted it on the fucking page. So go look at it. I've done you a favor. I did all the legwork. I told you how fucking awesome this costume was, and I posted it on the page. Go fucking check it out. So Macho Man comes down. It's looking like a fucking wrestling legend should. So he's got Sting and Macho. They start to have a little back and forth. They're fucking on point. Macho's like, ooh, brother, I got a question for you, Stinger. Why hasn't the Dungeon Doom attacked you? Oh, yeah. Because you gotta cough after you do that, boys. And Stinger's like, hey, look, man, I'm the fucking Stinger. I'm the franchise. Just let you fucking roll with that, because I don't need to hear it. Macho Man's like, oh, I tell you, man, Luger hasn't been touched either. Oh, yeah. And, it's true. Luger hasn't been touched either. Because Luger's obviously a fucking heel, people. He's obviously a fucking heel. Why does no one is getting that Luger is obviously... Macho gets it. Macho's like, I don't trust this dirty sumbitch over here. He's got heel wrote all over him. So, Macho's the only one, but everyone's talking to Macho like he's fucking crazy. They're like, no, man, it's Luger. He was just doing, the American thing in fucking WWF. Before he came over here, and he was a good guy. They're nah, man, fuck. So, no one wants to believe that Luger's a bad guy, except Macho. Sting's like, look, I got a way to settle this. You two guys need to have a match. And Macho Man's like, no shit, asshole. We tried to do this last week. Fuck, Dungeon Doom came down, choke slammed shit out of everyone. So, Luger is like, yeah, okay, a match. All right, man, I tried to have a rematch, but he wasn't down. And Sting's like, okay, here's what we're going to do. Halloween Havoc, Luger, you're taking on Ming. Macho Man, you're taking on Mike Forgets. Okay, so here's what we're going to happen. Luger, if you win your match, and Macho Man, if you win your match, then you two guys are going to have a match. Macho Man's like, oh, I'm down. Oh, yeah. And Luger's like, I can't do a Luger impression or a Sting impression. Luger's like, man, that's two matches. I'm wrestling fucking Ming. I'm wrestling Ming, man. It's kind of fucked up to me to wrestle Ming and then have to fucking wrestle another match later after that. And Sting's like, oh man, oh shit, my bad. I thought I was talking to the total package, not some fucking pussy. Not some pussy. And Luger's like, yo, man, like, yo, I said I'd have the fucking match. It's just like, I'm fighting Ming, and then it just seems like unfair for me to have another match. And Sting's like, oh my gosh, Macho, look, man. Like, oh my god. I thought it was the total package, my buddy, but it turns out it's just some big pussy. And Macho, you see this giant pussy over? Macho, is this total package or is this a giant pussy? And Macho's like, I definitely smell pussy, brother. And, so they're like, Luger's finally like, okay, fucking fine, we'll do it then. Fuck it, I'll fight. I'm no fucking pussy, we'll do it then. I'll fight right now. And Sting's like, well, calm the fuck down, man. Do it at Halloween Havoc. Chill out. So, basically, they fucking goad him into the match by calling him pussy. After that, we got a limo pull up outside. Big stretch limo pull up outside. And, Bischoff's like, oh, this must be a new debuting superstar I've been hearing about. This is an international superstar. Been all around the world. Japan, Canada, America. He names off some other places. Mexico. That's really like it. Back in the 90s. It's like, really, that's still really it, basically. Jim Vest. Mr. Vest, good to see you. Man, why was Luger even in a main event position? Upper mid-card and below, I can understand, because I just don't see a main event caliber guy in him. I never did either. Here's the thing with Luger. Luger had a fucking look that, look, if Luger wrestled now, he'd never even get that fucking, like, the opportunity. He wrestled in, like, the 90s when you could, if you had a look and you could, he never got gassed. He could go in the ring. I mean, like, he wasn't a great in-ring performer, but, like, the dude never got gassed or anything. He wasn't like most big, like, tough guys, big tough guys. Like, you know, the muscular fucking types that kind of wore down. But, man, he was a bag of ass at fucking everything, wasn't he? Shit, I was not a fan. Anyway, so they're like, this is international superstar. Japan, Canada, America, Mexico. And I'm like, man, who the fuck is this? I'm like, Chono was the first name I thought of because he said Japan first. And I was like, Chono? Is this Chono? Is this Dragon? And then, this mulleted fucking wrestling legend. Do you want to call this the legend? Anyway, holy shit, Chris Benoit gets out of the fucking limo. Chris Benoit had just made his Nitro debut. Oh my, yes! 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 Wrestling Jesus, you've done it again! And he's like, hey man, I told you last time that you called me Wrestling Jesus. It's just Jesus. I'm Jesus for everything. I'm football Jesus. I'm all Jesuses. There's just one Jesus. There's no specific Jesus. I handle all prayers. Just quit saying that nonsense. And I was like, man, my bad, Jesus. I'm sorry. We had this conversation. I won't do it again. He's like, you probably will, but it's cool, man. I forgive you. Just try harder, my son. And I was like, right on. He's like, all right, dude, have a good show. And I was like, thank you, sir. So it's Chris Benoit. So, legend, wrestling legend. Probably wrestling infamy for sure. For damn sure. Anyway, I think he's a wrestling legend. He's like one of my top 5 or 10 fucking favorite professional wrestlers of all time. I love Chris Benoit. I wish that I had a Chris Benoit action figure. One for right here on my WCW shelf, and one for the shelf up here that you can't see, which is the Ruthless Aggression era shelf. I would like 2. One WCW one with a mullet, and one without a mullet, missing a tooth, for my Ruthless Aggression era shelf that you never see in these videos. It's a little light, so it's not like really like video worthy. Anyway. So, Benoit, I'm fucking excited. We had Eddie Malenko last week. We've got Benoit this week. Shit's about to pick up, except for all this Hogan bullshit that has to happen between now and the NWO. So, After that, amazing Benoit debut. He doesn't really do anything. He just gets out of the limo and looks up at the building and he's like, WCW. All right. And like he's like wearing like a suit and tie. And that's kind of it. That's it. And then they cut away. And they're like, Chris Benoit. He was a legend before he became a big name in the U.S. That's true. That's true. That's 100% true. That's why you're here, Mr. Best. That's why you're called Mr. Best, Mr. Best. So, we go to commercial after this. We come back. We got Disco dancing on the fucking entranceway again. Out there doing his Disco Fever with that awful Disco Fever, Disco Fever, Disco Fever. Like, that's, his music's terrible. So he's out there dancing. He dances for like 2 minutes. Finally, some music cuts him off. It's Big Bubba. It comes out and like I fucks him. I thought Big Bubba was gonna beat the shit out of him. That would be like that's like a Big Bubba thing, but he doesn't. That would be like a very good like heel thing for him to do, but he wasn't a very good heel, so he doesn't. We've got Big Bubba versus Road Warrior Hawk. Road Warrior Hawk, by the way, has fucking phenomenal entrance music for like the first minute and a half, and then it gets a little fucking guitar-y, 80s wank off guitar shit. Huge LOD chant. So at one point Disco comes in, he starts dancing on the fucking apron. For the most part, Road Warrior Hawk was whooping that ass for most of this match. So he goes chasing Disco off and rips his shirt off and is beating him up. He gets so caught up in ripping this dude's clothes off of him, trying to make sweet love to him, that he fucking forgets he's in a wrestling match and gets counted out. So Big Bubba wins by count out. WCW, ladies and gentlemen. We go to commercial break after that. When we come back, we've got Mean Gene Okerlund in the ring. I'm a big Mean Gene fan. You guys know that Mean Gene had like a chain of hot dog or hamburger restaurants. I wonder if they were. I wonder how how his burgers were compared to Hogan's pasta at Pastamania. Still haven't found anyone that's ate at a Pastamania yet. Hopefully soon. With that said, I haven't really been trying, but I'll get back on that. The quest for a Pastamania consumer continues here at the Near Fall Network. Peasants, your king has not given up on you yet. He will get this story out there. So, Mean Gene is in the ring. He's like, alright, let's bring down the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Hulk Hogan! He didn't say it like that. I just started saying Hogan, and then I was like, I wonder how long I can hold on to this. And I could have held on to it for longer, but then it started to annoy me that I was saying Hulk Hogan's name that long. So, Hogan comes out, and this motherfucker, he's got Jimmy Hart with him, and the motherfucker's dressed head to toe in black, a solid 9 months before the NWO. He's got a black neck brace on, black sunglasses. He's basically wearing your typical Hogan gear. Just picture it all black. Except he's got, and even he's got a chain that's all black with a big black cross, but he's also wearing a gold one, just to let you know that he is also a baller and does have gold. And the gold's the only color that he's wearing. It's black bandana, black sunglasses, black neck brace, black chain, black cross, gold one, black shirt. This is more like a Under Armour-y tight spandex shirt. He's not planning on ripping this one off. He brought this one from home. This is his personal shirt. He's not, no. It's shit cost him $62. It's a special workout shirt. Sorry guys, I'm not tearing this one up. He's black spandex. He's wearing the fucking weightlifter's belt. It's all black. It says Hulkamania in white. Black boots, and he comes out. He's pissed. Jimmy Hart's wearing all black too, by the way. Everything's black. There's no fucking airbrushed Hulk Hogan's face on the back where it's the worst fucking picture of Hogan ever. All black everything. Coming out here looking like a fucking rap video. I always reference these things when people say Hogan was lying about wanting to turn heel before NWO. I totally believe him on. I do too, because he's like super heel right here. Super heel. He comes down. Also, I'd like to say, this motherfucker's getting booed. Heavily. Like, largest boos of the night. Noticeably fucking booed. Booed. And Mean Gene's like making note of it. Mean Gene's like, oh yeah, you can hear that, that crowd reaction. They're really not caring for, the Hulkster's, new gear. Nah, man, it ain't that he's dressed all in black. It's that he fucking sucks. They're like, beyond tired of him coming out here and talking about fucking Hulkamaniacs and taking your vitamins and fucking chopping down the giant and the big stinky giant and the big dirty giant, dad joke giant. So he's getting fucking booed. So Mean Gene makes the point to say like 3 times that he's getting booed because of his clothes. Nah, man. Nah, dude. Unless you have like a shirt with a rebel flag on it, or like something that says like something super overtly racist, like there's not really like any time you're really gonna get booed for your clothes unless you're wearing a fucking Steelers shirt in Cleveland. I prefer heel Hogan. Me too, man. I'm actually not even like a Hulk Hogan fan, to be honest with you. I never really was. Obviously I was like when I was like mad young, because everyone was, but I always like preferred heels. I quickly grew out of it. I never really cared for him, and then even when he turned heel, I still didn't really care for him because he gave those fucking 45 minutes. You know, it's like a 3-hour Nitro, and he talked for the first fucking hour, and just be like, oh my gosh, I fucking hate this guy. I fucking hate this guy. So, not a Hogan fan, but like more like I'm a Hollywood Hogan fan, to an extent. He was more tempered by Hall and Nash, though. But nights when Hall and Nash wasn't there and he had an open mic, brutal. Brutal. So Hogan comes out. They're all in black. By the way, non-stop fucking boos during what would go on to be just like a nonsense fucking promo where Hogan's like, he's like not really like the normal Hogan character. He's like, I'll tell you what, brother. He's like, listen here, Mean Gene, I got something to say, and I don't want you to interrupt me, and I don't want to hear nothing out of your mouth, Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart's like, okay. He's like, this is how it's going to be, and I'm going to tell you what it is. When Hulkamania was running wild up in the New York area, the promoter man got it in his head that he was bigger than wrestling. The promoter man thought he was bigger than Hulkamania. Hulkamania decided he needed to look for better pastures with more open fields so he could take all his Hulkamaniacs and he could plant them in the ground and they could grow up into redwoods and make a strong forest. And Hulkamania made that forest here. But that's dirty, stinky giant. He's seeing the forest for the trees and he's trying to chop down the Hulkamaniacs. And Hulk Hogan won't let him. I'll tell you something, brother. Chopping down those Hulkamaniacs, spitting on Hulkamania and coming for my... And this is where it gets super fucking crazy. And someone even kind of tries to step in. He goes, coming after Hulk Hogan and this WCW World Heavyweight title. It's fucking wild what he says right here. It's like just the same as burning the American flag. And Jimmy Hart goes, whoa. And he goes, hush. And Jimmy Hart goes, okay. But that's not a joke. He says, he basically was like, says, coming after Hulk Hogan and my title is the same as burning the American flag. And he says it's the same as burning the American flag. And as soon as he gets done, Jimmy Hart's like, whoa. Whoa, like goes to step in. Hogan's like, hush. So Hart goes back. Total heel promo, man. Comparing getting yourself attacked to like the burning of the American flag, that's heel shit. That is comparing yourself like you're such an American icon that anyone attacking you, you're so fucking full of yourself that an American, that you think you're such an icon that like getting attacked in a fucking wrestling, like in a fighting promotion where people attack people all the time because the best fighter is the #1 guy who gets paid the most, and you think getting attacked in this place is equal to the same as someone burning the American flag. That is a fucking heel promo. That's like one of those heels that's like ass backwards and doesn't realize he's a fucking, you know, like I'm talking like heels that come out and want to be like, try and do that, like New Day, where they were like, we're face, why aren't you, we're positive, and you people don't, like that's that type of shit. And that's what he did right here, and everyone fucking booed him. And he was getting booed before he started talking, and he got booed after he fucking stopped talking. So, at this point, we cut away to outside. Dungeon of Doom pulls up in a fucking monster truck. They've been barred from being allowed in the building after last week's shenanigans. You can only try to murder someone so many fucking times before eventually the company you work for decides, hey, when this guy's here, we're probably not going to let you in the building because it seems like you might murder him again. So Hogan's like, oh, shit, they're here. I'm out. And he fucking takes off on a chase after him. He's gone. Jimmy Hart following behind him. So, after that, we've got, as promised last week, our main event, Flair versus AA, Arn Anderson, in the main event, steel cage match with their ongoing feud. This match got like 9 minutes. It got longer than 9 minutes technically because there was a commercial break, but TV time, it got 9 fucking minutes. And honestly, this was not like the best match in this feud so far. Last week was the best match in this feud so far. This was not. I was super excited for this, but whatever. Pillman tries to fucking interfere. Flair knocks him off the ring. He gets back to it, tries to go for the figure 4. Arn got some brass knucks on, cracks him in the face when he goes pick up the other leg, and rolls him up for the win. Not great. Didn't even go the whole fucking 9 minutes that they had. So, after this, we go to the announce team. Flair shows up at the announce table. He's losing his shit. He wants Double A and Pillman next week. Both of ya. I'll find a tag team partner. I don't care. I gotta search the ends of the earth. Woo! I'll find someone, or I'll take it all myself. It's that type of shit, you know, where Flair's just going crazy, on his veins, and he's like, Pillman! Double A! Woo! I want both of you next week! And he's just spitting everywhere. That shit where he's like, got the crazy eyes going fucking mad. That best Flair shit. You know I'm talking about, Mr. Best. He's like, look, I'll find a partner. I don't give a shit. It's going down. So he leaves. The announce team basically rambles for 5 minutes about what has gone down tonight, mostly concerning Hulk Hogan. A huge Hogan sucks chant breaks out in the crowd. You can hear it over the announce team. They don't even fucking comment on it. Crowd's starting to let these people know how they feel about this Hulk Hogan bullshit. And that's the end of the show. Next week, Chris Benoit makes his in-ring debut against fucking Eddie Guerrero. Yes! Oh my god, my wrestling boner is fucking rock hard. Just with the tease. Shit. So fucking excited. And that's all we got for Nitro this week, guys. Thanks for stopping in. Next week, Eddie Guerrero versus Chris fucking Benoit. Oh my god. They're going to talk about Hulk Hogan the whole time, though. You fuck them, huh? As long as they don't cut away from it like they did Eddie fucking Dean. What's up, Dave? Thanks for stopping in here at the very end. You guys know what we got going on here at the Nearfall Network. Mondays, we got the high-fiving party. Bam, with our own high-fiving. A motherfucker! Bam! Where he talks all things Raw. Tuesday, Unfortunately, guys, my work schedule has changed and I have to work Tuesday nights. So, instead of the SmackDown recap being live directly following SmackDown, I'll now probably do it Wednesday afternoon is when it's going to be. So, tune in Wednesday afternoons now to get your SmackDown recap goodness. Thursday, it's this except the Raw thing. You know, I do Raw on Thursday and this Nitro thing on Friday. Monday Night Wars Raw, Thursday mornings. Check that out. And then, you know, you were here last week, you're here this week. Just stop in and check me out next week. Monday Night Wars Nitro, where we talk about everything Nitro. And then Saturday, Crown Jewel, the Near Fall Network. Drive By with Shooter, my favorite wrestling podcast, and I listen to a fuck ton of wrestling podcasts. That's all we got, guys. Thanks so much for stopping in. I got stuff to do, so I don't really have time to ramble and deal with the peasants. But as always, I love you guys. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you have a great weekend.